Hi everyone, it's Alex here. I just got off my match.
Alex Eala's epic comeback sends shockwaves across women's tennis, and nobody saw it coming. A match that should have ended didn't. A player who looked beaten refused to break. Down 5 in the final set, she clawed back with a fire that stunned the arena, silenced the commentators, and lit up an entire nation. This wasn't just resilience. It was something deeper, something raw. What unfolded next didn't just change her career, it changed the way the world looked at her. Because on that court, in that impossible moment, a new force in women's tennis was born. Before the world talked about her, Alex Eala was simply a young girl with a dream too big for the world around her. Growing up in the Philippines, tennis wasn't the first sport people imagined would carry someone to global fame. But from the moment Alex gripped a racket, something unmistakable revealed itself. Determination far beyond her age. She trained relentlessly, making sacrifices that most teenagers would never understand. That mentality eventually led her to Spain, where she sharpened her skills, built her identity, and learned what it meant to chase a dream with no fallback plan. Her junior career soared. She won major junior titles, proving she belonged among the best of her generation. But entering the professional circuit was different. Crueler, faster, unforgiving. Players were stronger, smarter, tougher. The pace was relentless, and the expectations weighed heavily. Every win brought a spotlight. Every loss brought doubt. And yet, through every challenge, Alex never drifted from her purpose. Fans began noticing something unusual about her. It wasn't just the physical skill or clean strokes. It was her emotional control, her patience, her maturity. She didn't collapse under pressure. She analyzed it, absorbed it, transformed it. The road wasn't smooth. Injuries, tough draws, and harsh defeats bruised her confidence. Critics called her too young, too inexperienced, but pressure has a way of shaping the right people. By early 2025, Alex started turning corners. Her movement sharpened, her decision-making improved, her attitude became fearless. And then, in one unforgettable tournament, the tide shifted dramatically. She pulled off major upsets against top-tier players. She walked into stadiums as an unknown underdog and walked out with crowds chanting for more. Suddenly, the tennis world stopped calling her a prospect. They called her a threat. But nothing would prepare the world for what came next. Because her greatest moment didn't come on a day she dominated. It came on the day she almost lost. Her breakthrough exploded onto the stage of a major tournament. The crowds hadn't expected much. She was still young, still unproven at the highest level. In her first big upset, she dismantled a top-ranked rival with a mixture of aggression and composure rarely seen. Her shots weren't just strong, they were intelligent. Her defense turned instantly into counterattack. Her next match brought even more disbelief against a former Grand Slam champion. She didn't blink. The champion tried to intimidate. She stood unshaken. But with success came pressure. Analysts began asking if she was the next great Southeast Asian star. And then came a match many assumed she couldn't win, a clash with one of the toughest competitors on tour. Commentators predicted a straightforward defeat, but what unfolded shocked everyone. Point after point, Alex dug deeper. She fought with the hunger of someone who refused to let her breakout be a one-time thing. She clawed back from losing positions. She showed the world that she was evolving in real time. After that, the world no longer whispered her name. They shouted it. She was no longer a newcomer. She was a problem for everyone. But success has a strange way of tightening pressure. Once expectations rise, even the smallest mistake becomes magnified. And it wasn't long before she faced her first heartbreak, a final she could have won. The disappointment was visible. Critics questioned her, asking, was the hype too early? Can she handle true pressure? For a young athlete, those words can cut deeper than any defeat. But Alex didn't run from the criticism. She faced it. She studied her losses. She worked behind closed doors, trying to rebuild her confidence point by point. Yet the pressure intensified. Entering a major Grand Slam, she walked into the biggest stadium of her career. Her opponent was ranked far higher, experienced, dangerous. Early on, that seemed true. Alex struggled. Her timing was off, her footwork hesitant. Mistakes piled up. The scoreline became harsh, unforgiving, and soon she found herself staring at the most brutal situation in tennis. Down 5 in the final set. She looked tired. The crowd looked resigned. Even her opponent sensed victory approaching. This was the moment many believed she would fold. But champions, real champions, awaken. And in that moment, with the world expecting her to break, Alex decided she wouldn't. Down 5, 1 game from defeat. Something shifted, not in the score, but in her eyes. She looked fearless. What followed felt unreal. First came a confident hold, then a break, stunning everyone. Suddenly, the score read 3-5. The crowd woke up. Then she held again, playing with precision that didn't make sense given the pressure. Now 4-5. Her opponent tightened. Alex smelled it. She broke again, 5-5. The stadium exploded. This wasn't just a comeback, it was a resurrection. Every point became a battle. Every rally felt like a war. And when she took the lead for the first time in the set, 6-5, commentators lost their minds. But the final twist was still to come. A tiebreak, one that pushed both players to emotional breaking points. Alex faced match point. She saved it. Then another. She saved it again. The tension became unbearable. And then on her 4th match point, Alex struck a forehand so pure, so fearless, that the entire stadium gasped. Game, set, match. A 5-0 comeback, a tiebreak miracle, a historic victory that sent shockwaves through women's tennis. This was a message: I won't break.